I don't like to diet personally for very long. I just hate it. And because like I've tracked calories for a very long time in my life. And with that, I intuitively eat quite well. And I'll get a little bit lax, but my weight starts to pop up. And like as you said, once I start to like for yourself, once I start to lose those sort of top four abs, because I'm lax with my nutrition, I intuitively eat and I don't eat much. Like I have like 1,000 calorie meal every night of the week. I'll have about 500 to 800 calorie lunch or breakfast every day, and I'll have about 300 calorie snack. And then on the weekends, it'll probably actually go up to about 3,000 to 3,500. So if I look at it, my daily average when I'm not tracking is about 2,500. And I can do that because I've tracked for so long that I eyeball and can tell anything, right? My protein oats when I'm dieting versus when I'm not dieting. I know my protein oats when I'm not dieting is about 700 calories. And when I have my protein oats when I'm dieting, they're about 350 calories. Like they're just a little bit smaller.
You miss out on those 2 tablespoons of peanut butter?
Exactly. It was like, bang, done. So when we look at it, I swap out the peanut butter for my strawberries. I'll change the milk, the skim milk for water. Like I'll make some substitutions. They still could taste great, but it's a couple of substitutions with exactly the same food, and all of a sudden I've minimized. The only thing that like I hit a struggle street with is like I'm used to like 1,000 calorie, 1,200 calorie dinners, and when I'm dieting, they're like 600 calorie dinners. So like half the size of my dinner, and I love big dinners. But that's why I don't diet for very long. I can go a moderate cut for the next 12 weeks. Okay. Or I can go super aggressive for the next 3 weeks and achieve the same result. Which one would I prefer to do? And it's like, for me, it's like, I'm happy to just grind it out for 3 weeks. It's like, yeah, I'm hungry. Yeah, well, I'm only hungry for 3 weeks. I could be like doing it for 12 weeks and be that kind of nagging hunger for 12 weeks. I can be just like really hungry for 3 weeks. I'd rather really hungry for 3 weeks. So for me, man, I'm on 1,300 calories a day. And for anyone listening to that, they'd be like, oh my gosh, like you're going to die. You're going to lose all your muscle mass. It's like, dude, like I'm not going to lose my muscle mass. I'm all good. And even if I lost a little bit of muscle mass, I don't care. I've got enough muscle to go around. Like someone take some. Man, like for me, like I was 93.8 kilos, and that's really like my top end. Like 94 kilos is my top end for where I like to be. I know when I jump on the scale I'm 94. I was like, okay, dude, it's time to go for a cut. And I know that's my benchmark. I just know. And then like I cut down to 88. And then when 88, full six pack. Okay. When I'm at like 93, I was at 93.8. Like when I push up there, it's like, yeah, I can kind of see him, but I'm a bit fluffy. And I'm just not as take my shirt off kind of guy. Right. When normally it's like 6 pounds, like, hey, let's go to the shops, take my shirt off.
In 0 degrees.
Yeah, exactly. I'm shivering more, and that means I'm probably burning more calories. But like for me, like I'll go a little bit low on my protein, which is normally what I wouldn't recommend. But because I'm running a lot at the moment with my training, I don't want to go low on my carbohydrates because I'll completely tank out. So like I've sacrificed my protein to be about 1.3 to 1.4 grams of protein per kilo. So that's seeing about 130 grams of protein a day. I have 30 grams of fat. I've got about 140 grams of carbs. So that's kind of my macros, but I'm seeing about 13 to 1,350 calories a day. I'm burning on a daily basis about 3,000 calories a day. So I'm in about a 1,500 calorie deficit a day. Every 10 days, about 15,000. So I should be losing about 2 kilos every 10 days, right? So I would say in 21 days, I want to try and stay on this aggressive cut maximum 28 days. Really, I like to do it for 3 weeks. Just diet, done, 21 days, I'm out. And back to going into intuitively eating, right? It's like it's a fun way. But I can only do this because I don't binge and restrict, right? Like I can restrict and just like, fuck, this is shit. And I'll just grind it out. It's like I said I was going to do something. Let's grind it out. It's like I don't recommend this to a lot of people unless you've been dieting for a period of time and you understand yourself and your triggers. Because if you aggressively diet and can't control your hunger, and you're surrounded by things that are tempting you, all of a sudden you fall off the face of the planet and land into 7 tubs of Ben and Jerry's, right? Like you don't want to do it unless you understand your own self-control, right? I'm happy to do an aggressive cut. For me, with my level of tracking and my level of time in the industry dieting. So 21 days, 1,500 calorie deficit a day. I'm going to be 15,000 calorie deficit, probably a little bit more actually, over 10 days. 21 days, probably about 30,000 calorie deficit, which works out to be about 4 kilos of fat loss. On an in-body scan at the moment, like I'm just under a week in. Like I've lost over 3.1 kilos in the first like 4 days. There'll be a little bit of fat mass and a lot of water in there. I probably will lose about 4 kilos in the first week of water weight. So from 93.8 down to about 90 kilos flat, I reckon I'll hit in the first week. And then I'll go down to another kilo after that. It won't be water because I'll just be coming into those fat stores. The following week, I'll probably lose another kilo of fat. So I'll probably pump in to about 87 and a half, 88 kilos. I'll add my normal calories back in. My glycogen will replenish. I'll probably be about 88 and a half. So like I'll hit 87.5 for like 2 days and I'll pop up to 88.5 and I'll be like, okay, cool. I'm lean and this is my lean level. And like, I know it. And I can talk with such certainty because I've done it so many times. Like it's just like, oh, yeah, turn the switch. Let's go for 3 weeks. And I think once you're used to training and once you're used to dieting, you have the education and the nutrition IQ. It's really a nutrition IQ to be able to do it.